can't believe there aren't any hoes here tonight. That's so weird. The place is normally packed to the gills with hoes. That's okay. Maybe this next comic is a hoe. We don't know. Please welcome Chris Riley, everybody.
All right, I hope everybody's having a good time. My age group's at that table right there, I can see. I'm happy to be the oldest and fattest comic that's been up here tonight. I gained 30 pounds. If I said I lost 30 pounds, you'd all be laughing, so stop fat shaming me. I often wonder strange things like, where did the first sundial come from? I mean, are people just walking around naked a couple 100,000 years ago, whatever? Just walk in, they're like, They had watches back then. It's cool. Wow, that's oddly accurate. But then I thought about it, and I said, no, I've seen the statue of David. That's not how it turned out. For those millennials out there, Google it. You see what I mean? David was not a blessed man. So people wonder why I don't sit with back with the comics in the back. It's because I had a stroke, and when I got announced, by the time I got up here, my set would be over. For those that are wondering, having a stroke is not as much fun as they lead you to believe. It's not that much fun, except one of the benefits is that I walk kind of funny, so people don't really know if I've had too much to drink. Of course, when I have too much to drink, I walk straighter. So, it kind of works out in that fashion. But now, when I go places, I have to look around the room and say, if I fall out again tonight, do I want any of these people giving me CPR? Ooh. And then I'm taping a DNR on my chest because I'm like, oh man, this is background. So I wanted to try and help people. I tried to learn CPR, and I don't know if you guys take CPR, but they have this friends and family CPR. And they say, here's how you do the friends and family CPR. And I started laughing, and they looked at me funny. And I said, well, you really overestimate how I feel about my friends and family. It's really going on here. But like I said, I had a stroke. They liked working with me in physical therapy because I always wanted to do stuff. I wanted to get better. I wanted to do everything they wanted me to do. I'm not sure what the, riding crop and ball gag was for, but I'm sure he knew what he was doing. But I don't know if you know this or not, but talking to the physical therapist, they told me that when they're training to be a physical therapist, they practice on cadavers. So I was curious. And I said, well, have you gotten any of them to walk again? I think this is an important thing for me to know since we're working together. How successful are you at this? So then it was funny too, because they asked me when I was in the gurney, they asked me to get over onto the next bed. And so I went over to get on the next bed, and since I couldn't feel anything on this side, my arm flew over and I hit that nurse like she owed me money. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not, I forgot I'm not a pimp. So, sorry about that. So, I know we have dogs out here. Some people do. Or if you have cats. What was weird is that half of my body went numb when I had a stroke. And I don't know if you've ever caught your animals when they fart and they don't realize they're the ones that did it. That's kind of how it was for me. I just kind of sat there and was like, the fuck was that? What the? Nothing. All right. Well, all right, I'll leave you with this last thing. Oddly enough, I was walking down the street one day. I see something on the sidewalk. There's a cemetery over here. It's a busy street over here. I'm like, what is that? As I get closer, I realize it's a big adult novelty item. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, it's a big giant penis right on the ground. Big as my arm. I said, whoever left this here was a real dick. Thing was so big, I said, at least it should have been black. So I did what any normal person would do. I picked it up. You know, we've all been there. And I walked it into the cemetery, and I put it on the first gravesite I saw, and I said, "He died happy." Oh, shit, it's 3 o'clock. All right, that's my time, everybody.
Chris Riley.